Hello. So this is my statement about how I came into Hyperianism and my thoughts on it at the moment. Um, Going to be doing this with eliminating as much noise as I can. So if there's any other sounds, I guess life happens, eh? So anyway, I'm just gonna kind of read it. And I think it began with seeing Freak Show on Netflix and watching a few episodes here and there and becoming interested in learning more of it. I looked up some other performers on YouTube and saw them just as really entertaining individuals. At some point, I subscribed to Morg, but other than that, did not pay that much attention to him. It was maybe early summer of 2017 I began to see more of his recent videos as well as some of his older ones, and through that learned of the thing called Hyperianism. Prior to this, I was and still am doing my own work as a part-time or full-time, whatever, self-empowerment life coach. And yes, I'm still always doing that. Anyone interested? So much of the material seemed to resonate with me at the time, meaning that there's in Hyperianism. See, there's Hyperianism is essentially based on Illuminism, and Illuminism, Illuminati, the Illumined ones. It goes further back than that. So as I learned more of Hyperianism, I began to research other outlets trying to find where it come from, as I just mentioned, through other videos by Apollonius, and some others by Shadow Magic. I came to the conclusion that the terms Hyperian and Hyperianism were newly formed terms for the basis of Illuminism, what the true Illuminati had their system based upon. Much of what I began to pick up Hyperianism was about, I seem to have already had these things set in practice for my day-to-day life. Okay, and lately I've seen, on posts and stuff, this doesn't get off track, but, you know, there's a lot of what exactly is Hyperianism. There's a lot of things going on. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. So as I learned more of it, I researched. Yeah, I read that part. I'm reading from a piece I wrote on it too. Kind of what I wanted to touch on. So that's why I'm kind of looking over and stuff like that. So let's see here. At first, I thought Morg was pretty cool and had some good ideas. I went ahead ordering during one of his live streams, which they do or he does at usually it's Thursday nights here. I believe it's 2 a.m. here, which is 12 a.m. on the West Coast, and then 3 a.m. on the East Coast. So that time, Thursday, Friday morning, he opens a secret library and you can order books and Hyperionism memorabilia and all that type of stuff. So for those that don't know, and let's see, I got the Metaphorical Suicide and Book Zero, and in my opinion, they are great and well written as to what influenced them and whatever. Well, that's a whole, but as a point of view, I'm going to say as a point of view, as his point of view, his perspectives, they are wonderful because that's the thing. Everyone has, their own ideas and whatnot, right? And a lot of what he says is accurate and it is great information, but it doesn't mean it's a know all, see all, be all person, He's not God. He's not, this or a God. He is a God. That's the thing. And there needs to become a balance because I feel he should be recognized for his work. Everyone should be recognized for their work. Everyone should be recognized for their purpose. Okay. And so everyone has that. But, the thing with, and this isn't just him, this has happened with many people. And the ideas of followers of a person that has some great insight. Well, guess what? Everyone does. And this is the thing I'm seeing too, is a lot of people are starting to realize this now. Maybe this is a wake-up call. Maybe this happened because to get people to be like, stop following others and do what he's doing or whatever. Do not exactly, but what I mean that is that he's doing his own thing. He's even said not to follow him. So There's a lot of mix going on. I'm not saying I agree with, this or that. I'm just saying what I've observed. Okay, so there's a lot of contradictions and a lot of you know things being said and back and it's very very. This is a definitely a strange thing. But no other the thing with any other leader, for example, Teal Swan or Bentinho Massaro, think people like them. There's a lot more, but they're not trying to create anything. They're not trying to create a movement under the name of something. You see, they're doing their part and they're helping people. And I'm another one. There's a lot of us, but it's when you try to bring people into your thing and say that your way is better than all the other ones, but yet you incorporate teachings of all the other ones, and it gets very confusing. What exactly is going on? What are you trying to do right now? What do you because first you say, Hyperianism is logic, reason, and not New Age, not religious, not all these type of occultists or Satanism or all these things, but yet it contradicts itself with those same types of practices and same type of topics. I mean, you can't you can do that, but people are going to see right through that. I'm not going to say you can't do anything, but people are going to see it, and it may take some time for some of them. And as you can see, look what religions have done. This is like another thing. We don't want people to follow religions, but yet you want people to follow you. How is that different? How is that any different? Okay, that's not. Everyone should be compensated, but it should be looked at as specifically Morg's. This is Morg's work. This is Morg's opinion, Morg's ideas, his beliefs. And if you can agree with some of it and whatever, there's many that I look up to. Aleister Crowley is one. I do not agree with everything he did, but there's a lot of things I do like, just like with everyone, that's what makes the world the way it is that not everyone's going to agree with everyone else on their type of thing. Some people, for example, the whole debate about, foods. Some people like pineapples on pizza. Some people don't. That's just the way things are. That's, some people like Ford. Some people like Dodge. Some people like, BMWs. That's why there's so many varieties. Look, there's options because humanity wants options. They like, so that they can have a sense of individuality, different identities. That's why everything has its purpose and everything has the right to thrive, okay? And so this is not to say that he should not be seen, he should not be heard and all that. That's not what I'm saying, I feel, though, that it needs to be addressed, certain issues, okay? And when you have certain members, now there was a thing called the Outer Circle. I was never a part of that. I was not in that. I've heard of it, but I was never in that. I watched the movie, read the book Zero. Took me a long ass time to read it. I will admit, because other things going on. But once I finished it, watched the movie, entered the war room or attempted to get in there, went into the chat, the group chat. They had a group chat for the Outer Circle, and it was in there that I was asking questions about some of my ideas. And one of the people in there, I was arguing the difference between what he calls or Hyperians call the holos is the Matrix. And even Morg himself said it's the same thing. He's mentioned the Matrix, but it was someone else, not Morg. And see, this is the thing. They have this elitist idea. You want to get rid of the elite. Why? So you can become them? It's the same mindset. It's the same thing. I understand, there's education and humanity needs to learn not to worship some fake being in the sky. Yes. However, there are other ways of doing so. But anyway, that's what my thoughts are so far. So I'm going to continue Okay, yeah, that actually was. I covered what I had written. It's wonderful that so many are starting to see this, and many want to continue under the original idea of the movement. What people want, though, is to continue the idea of Hyperianism and what it is, meritocracy, and that everyone should be rewarded for their work as they are, you know. A system with no leaders, with more teachers. Instead of a leader, you're a teacher, you know. You teach the, if they want to learn, you know. This is another individuality thing. You know, some people know how to work on cars. They like working on cars. Some people like to bake. Some people like to cook. Some people like to, you know, do factory work. Some people like to drive people, you know, transportation, Uber, taxis type of thing. Some people like office work, you know. I mean, and it's funny because you hear the stigmas of, imagine sitting in an office 9 to 5 and all that stuff and whatever. Well, guess what? There's some people that actually enjoy it. There's people out there that like that. Like, you know, there is people that do like it. Yes, most people don't like it. I would say more probably don't like it than they do, but there is people that do like that, you know. And that's fine for them, I guess. It's all in your purpose. It's all in what you're meant to do here. You know, do we spend too much time judging because we don't understand something? Yes. Yes, we do. That's our nature. That's what humans do. Hell, that's what animals do. That's what nature does. But we can also learn to love and respect one another. Now, with the love thing, or with the love-hate thing, definitely, yes, I will think as well, you should stay away from certain type of energies. You know, if someone has harmed you or, you know, or not harmed you directly, but like, you know, a murderer, a rapist type of thing, yeah, you want to stay away from them. But at the same time, don't put all your hate towards them, because that's just going to create self-hate in yourself. You can put hate towards them, but, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's don't spend every waking minute type of thing doing it, because it's not going to get you very far in life. It's going to create, actually, this is where disease comes from. This is why diseases exist. That's a whole other topic, but I've done videos on that too, by the way, so you can check those out. But that's why, you know, illnesses and viruses and all that stuff exist in the first place. Doctors tell you this as well. I've mentioned this too. Stress. But, you know, and it's because humans spend too much time hate and anger and whatever. And we are supposed to express these emotions as well. You know, we hold stuff in, which is why we hold on to it. Think about that. We don't express our emotions that well. We don't let things out that well. There's some don't. Maybe some do. You know, and we've all seen the age-old tale, money does not buy happiness. Many people have left this world, supposedly, in theory. Again, whole other topic. But many people have left this world and had money. So, by their own hands, supposedly. So by that logic, money isn't everything. Money is good to have and whatever. It's not about that. It's what money can bring, you know. How are you happy? Are you happy in life? What are you doing to be happy? Because everyone can have depressive thoughts and depressive states of mind. And likewise, everyone can have happy states and happy. It's the balance, though. You know, it's how you look at it. It's how you observe it. You can't hate things that oppose you. But either way, you know, things are changing. Things are, you know, we've created a group of our own. There's a small number of us, I'm not going to name any names for others' privacy, but there's a small number of us that are right now together. So, yeah. But that's my thoughts on this for now. And I'm going to edit this and upload it. So I'll catch you all soon. Thanks for listening. Echo your sound. Peace out. If you would like to book a personal session with me, you can do so by reaching me at any of the following links. Until then, take care of yourselves. Echo your sounds.